there, Wanori here, and this is Wanori's Escapades. What an awesome time we are going to have today. And I'll be telling you exactly who my guest is. But you know what? That is going to wait for a few minutes because I know you're looking forward to hearing from, I won't tell you whether it's a she, a he, or a who. That one you'll have to wait to, hear. But for now, we have fantastic news for you. And I have a place where you can just come over and hang around, take a dip in the sweet waters. We are at Culture, and this is where we get to do our workouts. We have a gym here, and of course, Culture is in Meru. Somebody by the name Roger Smith, he said, the world needs specialists and highly trained people with advanced degrees, and no question about it. He said, the world also needs diversity and versatility. It needs people who know as much about our value system as they do about our solar system. Versatility. Well, someone else said, I need to explore my talent and versatility and see if I had another side to me, another sound. This is someone called Brandy. Let me tell you, my guys, my guest today is someone I have loved for a long time. And I think I have never even told her that my heart really loves her. This one I love. And there is something that really I resonate with, and that is versatility. And she will be telling us a lot about herself because there's no stone that will remain unturned in this show. Because I'm going to dig deep, because I want to understand exactly where she gets her drive from. Because if there's someone that I love and admire, it's this girl over here. She is our Hito of all trades. That is what I call her. And with those few remarks, let me invite her so that she can take us through this beautiful ride. And I know that we are going to enjoy. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Were you talking about me?
Can you imagine?
Wow, thank you. That was a beautiful intro. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was trying to remember a Brandy song all this time. You were talking like Brandy, wimbo gani. But yeah, you're also very versatile. You know that, right?
Learning from the best.
Yeah. See where you are now.
Yes.
Keep soaring, girl.
Thank you. Now, tell us about yourself, your name.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Christine Wahito Kariuki. You can call me Hito. And as Marians call me, because they don't have a H in their vocabulary, you can call me Hito. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's me. My name is Hito, and I am overjoyed to be at this particular show. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, isn't it amazing? It's amazing.
Yes.
So thank you for hosting me. Thank you for dying with laughter. Disclaimer: we will laugh a lot. Yes, sorry.
Oh my God, you have no idea how much composure I'm having to pray from our good Lord so that I can contain myself. She breaks my ribs, cracks all of them. And I'm surprised that I'm still, I won't say standing, I'll say sitting. Anyway, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And let me tell you, Wahito, I admire you a lot. And let me tell you, you may never know who looks up to you. You may never know how many lives you change. You may never know how many lives you touch. But by virtue of existing and doing what you do, you are a role model to so many people. And we love you, we admire you, we appreciate you. And as Wanori's Escapades, we are your #1 fans. And that's why you are here today. Now, tell us, what do you do? What is this thing that has made you this known girl in this city? Because I know most of us know you. Tell us, what do you do?
Alrighty. I guess first of all, I need to say this about every time I hear people saying you're a role model. And I always think, Do you guys know how much of a clutter my life is? It's all over. It's mambo jumbo.
Now that is
literally.
what we are calling versatile.
Versatility
Yes.
is the mambo jumbo. That is madness. Anyway, so the first things first. Let me say the first reason. The reason I am in Meru,
Yeah.
first and foremost, most important, is I work for Friends Academy
Okay.
as a secretary and admin.
Yeah.
I've been there on year 14 now.
Is it?
Yes, I have been to Meru for forever. Guy.
Then you
it's been
must be a
forever.
good one.
Demo Meru, oh, sawa.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so that's the first and foremost, and that is a God-given assignment.
Okay.
It's not a man assignment.
Okay.
No, there's a difference between the two,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why maybe I have stayed so long, because I have always understood it to be a God-given
Yeah.
assignment. And number two, I'm a crafter. I love making things by my hands. So I'll be making paper flowers. I enjoy playing with paper, actually. Yeah. So paper flowers, cake toppers, gift boxes, name it. As long as it can be done with paper and by hand, you got me. Then the one I think that has made me now a bit, get a name around and people get to know me a little more na nasalimiwa katikati ya barabara na watu. Wananiita MC! It's a bit awkward. I'm still trying to get used to it. Yes, but yeah, I am an MC and cake matron. Yeah. And slowly getting into event coordination as we continue. So yeah, that's me. And yeah, I'm versatility itself. Eh? Nice, yeah. So that's me.
So now this thing, did it just happen or it is connected to your upbringing? Tell us something little about your upbringing, because it seems like it is deep-rooted somewhere.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I say? Now, first of all, I was born and brought up in Kirigoya.
Okay.
Kirigoya, Kirinyaga. By a single mom. My dad was there for a few years, then he chomokad. Well, we thank God for him still. What I remember about my childhood and maybe what I connect to now, when it comes to my art, like creating things, that's my dad. Kabisa, kabisa. My dad is creative. When it comes to this loud and bubbly self, my mom is very talkative. Maybe not in front of people, not in front of large crowds, but she will talk. She's she's just like you, actually. But now when I was a kid, I used to get a lot of attention. People used to find me interesting. I don't know why. I still don't know why. But I remember, actually, every time I think about me and seeing and, doing the things I do, because sometimes I even watch my own videos and I'm like, who was that? That was not me. So my mom has a sister who lives in Moranga. And so what used to happen is, the way we used to close school and you're sent off to somebody's place? Most of the time it used to be my grandma's place. But at some point my mom would send me to my auntie's place. I think she sent me there twice or thrice. And I loved it because it was farm. There were sunguras, there were dogs. I love any furry,
furry babies,
furry animal, anything. So I used to be taken there, and I had just joined the brownies, not the scouts, the brownies. Those small babies, but they're in uniform and stuff. And I would go to a certain neighbor's place, and they really used to enjoy me doing the matching.
Yes.
And for me, I was oblivious to the fact that it's entertainment for them. Me, I was just doing what we do in school. And they would literally look forward to me coming the next holiday so that I'd be able to do this, and they would laugh and they would enjoy. So I think I relate it to back then. Yeah.
And when you say that, you remind me of, there's a certain girl that I was interacting with the other day, and she told me, what am I going to do about myself? Because I have so many people who are telling me I'm chatty, I'm hyper, I'm this. And I noticed that esteem issues are starting to creep in. And we have so many people, even myself, I've been told by some people, I bet you talk a lot. See my life. Excuse you. You see now. So what can you tell some of these people? First, I need you to address the people who are like you and me. We are free souls, enjoying the world, enjoying life, enjoying what God has given us. And to those guys who are like, just stop this thing.
Okay, one thing about life. If everybody was exactly like Wanoi, life would be so boring. It's true. If everybody was just exactly like you, If everybody was chatty, bubbly, you know, with your value system, with your character, with your personality, life would be so boring. We exist as literally a cocktail of, you know, characters and personalities for life to flow and for life to be what it is. So please, first of all, I'll talk to those guys who point fingers at us. If it's not your cup of tea, if somebody is not your cup of tea, keep off. Bye. See you. Keep off. If you enjoy them, enjoy their space. Let people be. Now, let me talk to those people who feel I'm either an introvert, I don't like talking too much, I don't like people's space, or I'm too extroverted, I like talking, I am who I am. Number one, if you don't accept and appreciate yourself, nobody will.
It's true.
It starts with you. Appreciate and accept yourself. I am in an industry where it's male dominated. MCing is male dominated, literally all over. And the fact that I come into that industry, one, at my age, guys, guess my age. Number two, with a Christian background, ruffles a lot of feathers. Because they're like, ooh, mama. Alafu si anasema gani okoka.
Na ndiye anaongoza.
What does one have to do with the other? Like, who said I'm not born again because I led people in dancing Mogidi? You Christians are dancing Mogidi, hello? You're in the same Mogidi I'm dancing, right? So what's the problem? So one, appreciate who you are and then invest in who you are. Okay? There's SWOT analysis in Biashara. You know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know the opportunities you have, know the threats that you know you face. Once you know your weaknesses, cover them with what you're strong at. You know? So yes, I know my weakness is mimi ni kiherehere. So badala ya niwalete kiherehere, fake na kelele na matusi na nini, I would rather make it positive vibes and good energy any day. Alafu guess what? Your kiherehere inanilipia rent. Hello.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so please embrace. This is me. I have always had this mantra. Be real. Be you. Be real, be you.
Yes.
The minute you're real and you're you,
yes,
you don't suffer depression, you don't suffer stress, and you don't attract negativity.
It's true.
Because people then either accept you. You see, once they have realized that you accept yourself as you are, then they have no choice.
It's true.
But to accept you.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And live unapologetically.
Yes.
Why are you apologizing? God made you you.
Yes.
If God wanted you to be quiet, imagine He'd have made you an introvert.
Very true.
And if you're an introvert and God wanted you to be an extrovert, He'd have just done that.
It's true.
So appreciate if you enjoy your space.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're strong at something else.
Yeah.
And maybe even that silence is what I need to come to. I need to meet somebody who's quiet so that then I can
empty
pour
yourself.
out.
Very true.
So there's always that balance.
There's that balance. And as you're talking, there's this statement that God has brought beautifully into my mind. Your authenticity is your monopoly.
Ooh, yes.
How awesome is that?
Nice one. Nice one.
Your authenticity
is your monopoly. Yeah, true.
There are no two people of you in this world.
Very true.
It's just you, and there are needs that only you can meet.
Very, very true.
Thank you.
Very, very.
I just love that.
That's a nice one.
Wahito.
We need to nini that quote and then hapa chini tuandike.
Si
Kwani
ndio?
tunaonaga za wazungu pekee?
That one is mine.
That one is yours. So we need to do your authenticity.
Your authenticity is your monopoly.
Hapo chini.
Wanori.
Hey,
Fanta.
Nice one. Fantastic.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you juggle? Because you work at Fred's, you are an MC, you are a handcrafts kind of person. I see you doing stuff in church. And there is a movement that you brought here, and girl, as they say,
to God be the glory.
You know, let me tell you something. I attended a Fleo Meru. Yes? Was it November 10th? Actually, on my birthday. What a gift. Let me tell you, it was fantastic. And to imagine how you are greatly involved in that movement, how God used
Let me
you.
give you a backstory.
Please do.
Let me give you the backstory.
Please do.
remember I said my work at Fred's Academy
Yes.
is an assignment, is a
Yes.
God
Yes.
assignment,
Yes.
not just a
Yes.
job. So I was living in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And I was working for Kenya Private Schools Association
Yeah.
as the executive officer.
Yeah.
Then I was duped, young people. I was told by somebody, kuja tukulipe pesa mingi,
Yeah.
uko na shule, mashule ziko hapa.
Yeah.
Kuja, tutakulipa pesa mingi.
Mm.
They paid me that pesa mingi for 2 months, and
Yeah.
then they started playing
Mm.
funny.
Mm.
So I ended up finding myself without a job.
Yeah.
But my interest has always been in events. So I
Yeah.
started trying to create my own events company.
Yeah.
And that was not working. So my uncle gave me a job to sell fish, aquariums and fish.
Okay.
So while I'm working for him,
Yeah.
I looked for a place. I had just gotten born again
Yeah.
in that season.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a place where I could go for a service or pray.
Yeah.
I ended up learning Nairobi City has no places. Nairobi City, there are churches, yes, but question mark type of churches.
Yeah.
So I couldn't fit into any of the churches in the city then. Okay,
Yeah.
now I can fit in. Now
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
I know there's Nairobi Lighters. We
Yes.
thank God for Pastor Masharia.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting a space at a place where I could just pray, not for a service, at St. Andrews, the PCA
Yes.
church. So I'd go there every lunchtime and pray and tell myself I'm fasting. So I would leave the office because lunchtime is for fasting. I go, pray, then I come back and I'm too hungry, so I eat. But anyways, that went on. God would just, give me scripture.
Yeah.
But then, when you're a young Christian, you're not internalizing scripture as such. You're not really taking it in. But God would speak about a stream of, a river and the trees on the side that would drink of it and never grow dry. So, kidogo, my mom is complaining. Chick, you're not thinking about your life.
Yeah.
And then, this was her argument, which made a lot of sense. Yeah. And it's a struggle for most of us. Yeah. She said, I was actually coming from prayer during that time when she called and started making noise. She's like, your uncle is struggling to pay you. That biashara of his is not working. And you umengangania hapo, umengangania kuka hapo. Yet you know so many people, but you're too proud to ask them to employ you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do we struggle with that? you are ready to help people, but you struggle asking people to help you. Yes. So when mom made that, like we had that conversation and it didn't end very well, I remembered, there is a person in Meru who's been asking me about somebody to hire. Mm-hmm. So my current boss had been asking me, he'd called like thrice, asking for somebody who's got my persona, my character, or who's got my work ethic. That's the
so
right
in short, he was saying you indirectly.
But me, I was not getting.
You were not getting.
So me, what I was doing is sending people. Usijali, Mr. Mutweri, I got you.
Yes.
Natuma number.
Yes.
I got you. So I remembered at that point, wait, there was this mzee who's been calling, and I had worked with him previously in Kenya Private Schools Association because he was the Meru, he was the region chairman on this side. Yeah. And now Simi was at the head office. Yeah. So they'd come for meetings, we'd go for AGMs and stuff. Yeah. So when I remembered, I was like, see, I can just call him and ask him. It doesn't hurt. So I had to look for Kiburi, hata namba yake sikuwa nimesave. So I had to ask somebody to send me his number. Yeah. So I called him and I asked, and when I called, he started complaining. Wewe, umekuwa wapi? Nimetafuta namba yako. And I'm thinking, okay, why are you making noise for me? Then now I was calling to ask whether he got someone. Yeah. So he tells me he lost the number for the last person I sent him. Okay.
Divine.
Please note.
Divine loss.
This had taken a whole year.
What?
I was calling him in November and he started calling me in January.
What? Hey, when something is yours, it's yours.
Plus, God had a plan. We are connecting now Afleo.
Yes.
So, I had joined Afleo even before I was born again. I was doing their marketing for them through a friend of mine. He's called Pastor Mukundi. Okay. Patrick, he's in Trinity Chapel, Kilifi. Okay. So he used to engage me in marketing. So anyway, long story short, I tell Mr. Mutweri, can I then just come? And he says yes. So long story short, I have moved to Meru. Yeah. And I have moved to Meru. I have been employed at Fred's. I came to Fred's December of 2010, on the 28th. And on 31st, I organized the staff party. strangers. You know that you're organizing a
Yes.
party for strangers,
Yes.
and I ran it and hosted, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So slowly I get to meet parents, we get to mingle, and my
Yeah.
personality is
Yeah.
pass on people.
Yeah.
So I got to know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was complaining to a parent, and I was telling her, "Hey, Mary, there's nowhere to go. Like
Yes.
there's nowhere you can go. Like I'm used to Nairobi.
And you feel it's so
I'm
slow.
used to Nairobi. Like I would
Yeah.
go for a, I think who had come, Franklin had
Yeah.
come. Like
Yeah.
there used to be gigs all
Yes,
going on
yes.
all the time.
Oh.
But Mary Hakuna, then she's like, no, there was supposed to be a flow. Huh? No, if there was supposed to be a flow, I would have known. That
Yes.
was my answer.
Yes.
And so I decided to make a few calls
Yeah.
and ask.
Mhm.
And I was told, no, we don't have a request yet, but you can consider it. And so I made a few more calls,
Yeah.
questions. I
So
remember
this time, have you joined Fred's already?
I'm at Fred's actually.
Okay.
Now I joined Fred's in December. We
Yeah.
are now discussing a flow towards end of March,
Okay.
April.
Okay.
So I remember I called the admin to
Yeah.
ask her, can we start a flow maybe?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, sure.
Why not?
Because then we've never had the conversation.
Yeah.
But I think there were people already here
Yeah.
who had the heart. They already knew about a flow and wanted to
Yeah.
start. But the avenues, that thing of a prophet is not
Yes.
respected in their home.
Yes.
So God needed for a flow meru to
Yeah.
happen.
Mm.
But now these guys may not have been able to do
Yeah.
the way, they would not have been accepted the way somebody else from outside would have
Yes.
been accepted.
Yes.
So God had to make sure Christina
Yeah.
ametoka all the way Meru
All the way.
amekam.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm.
Now in her naivety, because man, it started with such naivety. Are you hearing it started with a conversation?
Have you ever been naive, Hito?
Hiyo ilikuwa naivety kabisa, because ile naivety ya nimeuliza swali nikaambiwa haijai. Nimesema hakuna gigs Meru, nikaambiwa flow ilikuwa ianze.
Yeah.
Then I have said no, let's ask.
Yeah.
Charity. I remember the admin then was Charity. Have we ever thought of an flow in Meru? No. But if you think it can work, it will.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I remember so good that she told me call Kaberia and discuss it. Kaberia is the founder of Aflo. I mean, the founder of Aflo, the entirety, like the bigger, the larger
the whole
Aflo.
vision now.
And you can imagine he's from Meru.
What? Is it?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Kaberia is from Meru.
Okay.
So he's among the leads.
Yeah.
Actually, the main, and then there are other brothers who supported him,
Yeah.
sisters, amazing people. So I called Kaberia, and I remember I was walking towards Kemu. I used to love taking walks. And Kaberia hears it's Meru, he says, no.
What?
No. See, he knew the culture. He knew Meru better.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, naivety.
Yes.
This one needed naivety. It needed
Yes.
somebody who did not understand the church in
Yes.
Meru.
Yes.
Okay?
You're just green.
Yeah, I'm green like green.
Yeah, ready to
green,
explore anything and
green,
everything.
Green.
Yeah.
Hey, Kaberia knew the church in Meru. He knew, the history, and he was like,
Pardon.
no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So he said no.
Mm.
So I was like, okay.
Mm.
So Charity calls a few days later to follow up. Wait, did you talk? And
Yeah.
I told her, yeah, he said no. She's like, you watch her.
Yeah.
You do this.
Yes.
Go, look for the pastor's fellowship.
Yeah.
Let's work on envisioning.
Yeah.
So fine. Do I know the pastors?
No.
I know one pastor. My pastor, Trinity Chapel, Meru. He was called Pastor. Guys, how can his name go now? Yeah, the pastor. Then I'll remember his name. So I go to him and I tell him, there's this thought.
Yeah.
So that's how he introduces me now to Pastor Jack. And Pastor Jack buys the vision.
Yeah.
And so we did a lunch for the pastors, the pastors fellowship leadership at that time.
Yeah.
We did lunch for them at the Incredible. Please note,
Where?
Incredible was a Muslim joint. Remember, it was a Muslim-owned joint.
Yes.
We started there. So we sat. Akina Kaberia came in. Amazing people from the leadership in Nairobi came in. We sat down, discussed with them, and they said, "Yeah, let's do this. We allow for Flow to be here." So then now that's how now Pastor Jack now introduces me to guys like Akina Makunda and Akina Kaven.
Okay.
And that's how we start. This is basically a divine. Now you can see how divine it is.
Yes.
It's totally a divine
connection. It's a whole divine journey.
Totally a divine journey.
Yeah.
It was this girl has to move all the way from Nairobi here
Yeah.
so that then this can start. So I don't like taking credit for it, and sometimes I struggle with it.
Yeah.
I struggle with somebody saying, "Oh, she's the founder," because literally I am not the founder.
Yeah.
It's a God.
Yeah.
You know, it's all a God issue.
Yeah.
It's a God issue, and I'm just humbled that I get to serve in a flow, that I get to be in it.
Yeah.
Because God could decide.
Yeah.
Kanyaga.
It's true.
Yes,
It's
I have
true.
seen so many people thrown out of ministry.
It's true.
You know, for one reason or the other. So for me, I am just humbled that I get to serve in a flow. And I think the humility comes also from the leadership that is in a flow, even the larger flow, our council.
Yeah.
You would not, let me tell you, most of the time those guys attend a flow Meru and you will not know.
What?
We will be there dancing Kegosha with them, and you will not know these are our leaders.
Yeah.
You won't know. There's a lot of humility.
Yeah.
And that is what has helped even a flow, the larger flow group. Because humility is like the deepest culture we have. So we've come a long way. Yeah. I think for me, the most humbling thing about now being in a flow is, you remember it started with a thought, a question.
Yes.
Is walking into an event and seeing the place full.
Yes.
With guys' hands lifted up.
Yes.
That takes me. That any day kills, it finishes me.
Yes.
It shows me the power of God.
Yeah.
Literal.
Yes.
Literal.
Yes.
Seeing 2,000, over 2,000 people with their hands lifted up worshiping.
Yeah. This kind of influence can only be divine. And Wahito, as you're sharing your story, I can see the footprints of God all over your life, and how He has managed to order your life is just awesome. Let me ask you, are you a prayerful person? Am I just favor from God? Because we can see there are so many people who hardly eat. Their life is all about prayer and fasting and all this. How is your prayer life? Because this one I'm connecting with the way you're just talking, and I see God's work all over you.
Mimi nitasema ukweli. Mimi ni product ya maombi ya shosho, ya mama yangu. Yangu ni ile maombi ya, I think I'm the kind of person who talks to God. Sisi tunaendaga tukienda.
Yes.
Like we are on a one-on-one basis.
Yes.
But I will not, I have times I will hide in prayer. There are seasons I'll be called to that. But I will not say I am called to prayer. I am called to be like a prayer warrior or a person who's in that ministry. That's not my ministry. It's not.
And it's good to know your place. It's true.
My relationship with God is, very weird.
Yes.
Like this.
Like this.
That's how we handle things. Like, hey, it's not working. Sometimes I'm like, aki God angalia watu venye ananiangalia.
Yes.
I didn't grow up with a dad.
Yeah.
So I have grown up knowing that he's my dad.
Yes.
So I talk to him like I would a dad.
Yeah. And when you look at the Word of God, there's the presentation of the body.
Yes.
You could be the hand, I could be the leg, someone else the head.
Yes.
Underscore has got to be the what? The eyelashes.
I'm trying not to look at underscore.
These guys have got to be somewhere. Oh God, remember. No, this one is
Do you know what? I think I saw this the other day.
Yeah.
I think on IG.
Yeah.
They were talking about guys in the media team.
Yeah.
The underscore and Java in the media team.
Yes.
And they were saying when guys are worshipping their lala in Chini, the media team guys is looking at the camera like this. So does that mean they don't worship?
Do you ever worship? Maybe they can tell us. One day they should tell us.
Worship. But that's their way of worshiping.
Yes, it's true.
That's the way of worship. That's the way of I think what it needs, we need to maybe make it a conversation one day.
Yeah.
Is the different areas of service in ministry. Yeah. And how they play their part. Yeah. And what it means. Because then I have also noted it gets some of us who are now maybe in worship.
Yes.
The prayer teams.
Yes.
The pastors.
Yes.
The teachers.
Yes.
They feel a bit higher in rank than the person who's in the media booth. Yeah. And it doesn't mean that the person in the media booth is not a worshiper or is not a believer or is not,
not any less.
They could even be greater because their relationship with God is more real than...
True. At this point, in the body of Christ, they are the eyes.
Ah, nice
That's
one!
Hey, they have found their place. I also love the way I think sometimes.
I love the way you think too.
My mind is functional.
I love it.
Ah,
I love it. Baka I'm like, kwani mimi nasema nini? But it's
Okay.
okay.
Wahito, let me ask you something. How do you juggle all these things? Because now we have come from a flavor, we have come to school, we have come to working with your hands, we have come to
Hosting
emceeing,
events.
we have come to decorations, we are everywhere. And you have beautiful girls, Wahito. You're still taking care of those babies. And you even never have time for yourself. Okay, that one we will come to. Let's first see how you handle all this business. And do you ever rest?
Right.
Okay, we won't even
Now-
go there.
Now I have one daughter
Yes,
and a niece.
yes.
They are my life. Those two
Wow.
are just amazing.
Mm.
I thank God they're now old.
Yes.
Now, if I say their ages, nitaanza kuhesabu age yangu. Wachaneni na nini. But and I thank God for our family. I thank God that we've been able to bring them up well and in the fear of God. Allow me to tell parents this. As you give your children education, as you give your children the best, take them out, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Make sure they get to know God.
Yeah.
There's one thing that makes my heart heavy.
Yeah.
When we go to church,
Yeah.
you and I go to church, and yet in our churches, they're not teaching our kids the word of God. They're
Yes.
teaching us. So our children, I remember before I changed churches, my daughter used to go and play football.
Yeah.
One day she came home and
When you're
told
in
me,
church.
Mom, leo tumecheza football. I'm like, wait, me, I was in church, you are playing football. Guys, give your children God. Before
Yes.
you give them anything else,
Yes.
before, show them Christ.
Yeah.
Lead them to that cross.
It's true.
It will anchor them for everything else that you give them in
Yeah.
life. So anyhow, how I juggle.
Yes.
I'm a scatterbrain. Literally. But I have learned over time, and I'm still learning how to balance that. I thank God for my boss. One,
Yes.
Mr. Mochori is amazing. He's allowed me to do.
Yeah.
He's allowed me. He's told me, do what you need to do.
Yeah.
He's appreciated my gifting. He's appreciated my talent. He's really nurtured my emceeing talent by there. I have been MC at Fred's Academy from the day I joined. You can imagine. I joined on 28th. From 31st of December to date, I am school MC.
So that school has been the training ground
It
for
has
you by
been
the time.
super training ground. I have also organized a lot of events there.
Yeah.
So I have sharpened my event organizing and event coordinating skills really well. And that's why you will notice I don't call myself an MC, by the way. I call myself a host.
Yes, it's true. Hito the
Because
Host.
then what I offer is a little different from what an MC offers.
Yeah.
So there's that, having an agreement with my boss. So I'm able to do schoolwork.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to now in the evening run and do my craft.
Yeah.
And on weekends, go and do the chapa sherehe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
that's how it
So
is.
how do you get time to like recharge?
I always think that doing events helps me recharge.
Okay.
Honestly.
So it's
Honestly.
just something that you love
I
and you
think
enjoy.
I think during the week I am running helter skelter,
Yeah.
working at Fred's, coming in the evening, maybe doing graphic design, because then that's another gift God just gave.
So we are also doing graphic design.
Yes, I do my graphic. That's how you do the cake toppers. But you have to be a graphic designer to do some of
For
these
you to
things.
do that.
So I do graphic design. I
Okay.
do whatever works, make the boxes
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Handle my social media.
Yes.
And then now, on Saturday, I go and chapa an event. I make noise.
Yes.
I dance.
And you
'cause
release.
I love to dance.
Yes.
And then on Sunday, I just go to church,
Yes.
chill, pray,
Yes.
and go home and black out.
Mm.
Yes. The blackout is
Like the
resting.
Jesus one.
I black out. No, not black out like alcohol, but I black out. You get it? You get it? But then that's the other thing. So many people don't understand how I am an MC or I am in the event industry and I don't take alcohol or I don't. There's somebody who asked me, unatumiaga nini?
Actually, for you
I'm
to
like,
run.
do you have the
Man.
Java? MCs lazima tutumia kitu.
Yes, Java is
Java
your
is
fellow.
also an MC by the way, you guys. He's behind my camera there, smiling at me. Java, lazima tutumia kitu ndio tukue MCs.
He should tell us.
Lazima. Aki, Wacha nini washo venye Java amenionyesha. So ukimwona kwa event ujue.
Oh my God.
Meshika? Meshika. But for me, I think I just use people energy because I love being with people. I love that space of being with people. So for me, I use people energy. And as long as there are no chaos, as long as there's no confusion, I love structured events. I love events that have a bit more rhythm and flow. So you'll notice I engage my clients a lot in trying to make sure their events flow properly. So that then...
And you do a fantastic job, I tell you.
I enjoy myself.
You do a fantastic job. Wahito, tell me, there is this challenge that I have seen with people, and out of...
People will notice I don't know how to hold these things.
And I don't know whether you've ever faced the issue of support system. Many people are not able to explore their gifts or their interests because they don't have people to push them, or when they start doing, they don't have people to fund them on, they don't have the platform, they are just discouraged by people who surround them. I have noticed that kind of thing. What can you say about that?
This is what I'll say.
Yeah.
One, there's God's time.
Yes.
Because you see, yes, I've been emceeing at Threads Academy all along.
Yeah.
But I started doing it commercially in 2020.
Okay.
God's time.
Yes.
And you will figure out God's time.
Yes.
In 2020, in 2019, something happened that I didn't really like about my emceeing at the institution. It challenged me. Actually, let me not say I didn't like it, so it challenged me.
Yeah.
So in 2020, I sat down, I think just before COVID started. Yeah. I sat down and wrote. You know that the Bible says?
Yes.
Put your vision.
Yes, down.
Write it down.
Yes.
Write your vision down.
Habakkuk 2:2.
Write it down.
Yes.
So I sat down and I wrote down, this is what I'd be good at. This is what I'd like to do. First of all, I wanted to be an MC, but I wanted to be a corporate MC. I didn't see myself on the social scene. Yeah. And then COVID came and that was the end. Yeah. I mean, basically that story died. Yeah. Then a friend of mine, who's also my favorite DJ, hata siogopagi nikisema hivyo, ma DJ wengine nawapenda. Si ati siwapendi. It's just that this one in particular, we have had a journey together. So it's families, it's blood. So this guy invites me nikatishe keki kwa harusi yake, just like and I'm like, okay, nilikuwa nimekatisha ingine juu ya Afleo. By the way, one of the members of Afleo alikuwa ameniambia nikatishe keki, so nikakata, but hata sikuwa najua nini nafanya, nilikuwa nauliza mama hizi nafanya. She also didn't know. Yeah. But I think after seeing me do that in 2018, when he decided to do his wedding in 2020, he asked me to do it. And again, unajua zile majibu tunapeanaga, mimi talkative people, we never think through what we are saying. Yes. Like the way I said yes to this interview, and now I'm asking myself, what did I do? That way. So I just said, yes. Yes. So we show up at his wedding, September. We were supposed to be 300. Only government, 300 people at his wedding. We were 1,000 and something. I walked into that place, I was like what? So I literally just nikakata keki, we danced, we laughed. Yeah. Then I walked away from the cake and handed over to the MC. And immediately there was a lady waiting to ask me, can you be cake matron at my wedding? And I was like, but I don't do this, it's not for money. Yeah. And she's like, I know, it's okay. But I understand, but you have to come to mine. And so it's morphed by itself. So I went to her wedding, and then the chairman of the committee of her wedding was like, no, you need to be more than a cake matron. Please consider MC. I was like, I don't know how to do it. And so he literally got a wedding and told me, I am entrusting this one to you. Yeah. And by the way, I did not decide on the quote. He decided. So he told me, we'll pay you this much. And then on the day of the wedding, he paid me 50% more. Hey! That's how I figured out.
So you overperformed.
This.
Kumbe, it has something.
It's an idea. Please note, that wedding, see now I was cake matron for pay. I didn't know how much to charge them. Yes. So I told them, I don't know how much you should pay me. So they told me, you take the week and decide. Because her wedding was the next weekend. What? So what happened was, me, I left my friends wedding,
Yeah.
me, I went my shughuli.
Yeah.
Then my friend sent me a kabahasha to say
Yeah.
thank you, and I kept complaining, kwa nini mnanitumia bahasha? Kwa nini mnanitumia pesa?
Yeah.
So they said, no, we just wanted to appreciate you. I was like,
Yeah.
wameni appreciate na ngapi?
Yeah.
Sawa, hiyo tu ndio niliambia huyu.
Yeah.
Ni pesa full. So it's,
Yes.
what am I trying to say?
Yeah.
There's God's ordained time
Yeah.
for doing something.
Mm.
Just nurture what you have.
Mm.
Keep nurturing, keep trying, keep using it wherever you get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Me, I get an opportunity in church, I would show up.
Yes.
You know, I'd be told, come and service lead quickly.
Yeah.
Come and, come and organize, come and be with the kids, do a skit. I'd go and do it. And so all this, just throwing yourself at every opportunity that you get, as long as you continue values.
Yes.
As you hold on to your values. You know? And then God's ordained time.
Yeah.
Then, my dears, you will not get as much support as you want. That one is given.
Yeah.
That one is given. I have a lot of people cheering me on.
Yeah.
But I'll be very honest. There are very few that are genuine.
It's true. It's
very, very few. And there's that wisdom of knowing that there are very few people that are genuinely cheering you on. There are people who are cheering you on, and at the back they're saying,
yes,
anaenda wapi, anafanya nini, look at how she's behaving like a crazy person and stuff. All that will happen. You know? But the most important thing is, are you cheering yourself on?
Yeah.
Are you believing in yourself? Are you saying, I can do it? When you're doing Wanori's escapades, are you believing in yourself? Because there are people, we will tell you, yeah, we're supporting you, alafu unaangalia subscriber list.
Unaangalia hapo you're like,
watu wenye wanakwambia wanakusupport.
It's true, they don't tally.
Ni nani nilisikia ati alipata vote moja. Yani mpaka how do you stand by for a political seat? You get one vote na uko na familia mzima.
Hiyo vote moja ilikuwa yake ama ilikuwa ya nani? Alijivotia.
But basically, you will not get as many people cheering you on. Naingilia nyumba za watu wewe utafanya watu waachane.
I have finished.
Yeah, let's go for season nyingine. So,
yes.
Be your first cheerleader. Be your first cheerleader.
Yeah.
I always say, you will need to be your own cheerleader and then listen to the ground, because it's important to know what people are saying. Because it helps you figure out whether you're on the right track or not. You will need to know, you will need to also learn how to differentiate positive criticism and negative criticism.
Right.
What do I mean? I could easily tell you, Maze, you're doing a good job, but unafanya hii wrong. Perfect. That's and there are people hawajui kuongea. By the way, wataanza na kenye ufanyi poa.
It's true.
But wewe ukiangalia nyuma ukiona by the way hiyo kitu sifanyi poa ni kweli, then you work on it. All right? Then there are people who will just be there to shut you down. So you decide whether you want them to shut you down. But you have to be your number one cheerleader. You have to be the first person who believes in what you're doing and your capability. Kama haiko.
There's this thing, as you're sharing, there's something that is coming. And even as you know, since I requested to have you on my show, first of all, you've been my case study for some time. Yes. You know, once
there will also be people who are case studying you.
Oh my God.
Behind your back.
Yes. So you've been my case study.
It's an honor. It's an honor.
Yeah. So I've been observing the way you do things. And what I have concluded out of studying you, by nature, humans are multifaceted.
Yes.
And we don't have limits. The only limits that we put for ourselves are through our limited experiences and our exposure and what we hear, what we choose to listen to. So, in this world that we are living in, where people want to put us in a box and, shut it, how have you managed to stay outside that box and just own your own life? Because we are oftenly told, choose one direction, please pursue that. Choose one direction, become this, and just pursue that. But you're not this person who, you are like a butterfly. You have evolved from this to that. And at the end of it all, you're holding this and that, and you're just moving in a world where it's like you're being told, you just pursue this thing and, How have you managed to like?
Number one, I'm my father's daughter.
Yeah.
My father is a risk taker.
Yeah.
You hear that he's not been in my space?
Yes.
He's been busy taking risks.
Yes.
That's why he's not in my space.
Yeah. Yes.
Izuko.
Yeah.
Story for another day, but he's a total 100%. Like, he will try and try and try and try.
Yeah.
He's evolved over time. But I think for me, it's that I have always been that person who gets excited when I figure out I can do something new.
Yeah.
I get excited by something new, and it's a personality,
Yeah.
which is also risky because then it means I try a lot of things.
Yes.
And so I'm like, no, you see that you said I'm a decorator.
Yeah.
These days, I only decorate for myself and my close friends. I say, biashara wacha tu tuambiane peace kwa sababu no, too much drama.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. But then I realize that sometimes I do it because I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I don't want people to take the joy out of it.
Yes.
Most of the things I do, working at Fred's with the kids,
Yeah.
ooh, I love it. I love dancing with those kids. I love talking to the parents. I love getting to know people.
Yeah.
And I do it from a place of I love doing things.
Yes.
So the first thing is, I'll do something as long as I love it.
Yeah.
I think, you know why I love Afleo so much? Meet me in town. Watch me carefully. Utaona mdomo inasonga. Because me, I go singing. I go sing like a mad person. My daughter has to keep reminding me where tunatembea nyamaza. Like wacha kuimba kwa barabara.
Oh my God.
So I do things out of loving them. Number two, I have literally refused to put myself in a box.
Yes.
Because I am the kind of person who believes in living a fulfilled life. Pouring until it is empty.
Yeah.
I want by the time you guys are telling me, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Christine,
you are empty.
You have fought the good fight.
Yes.
I'll have given everything.
Yeah.
I'll not be that percentage that goes to the grave.
Yeah. I think I need to stop you because you are talking about the things I've been thinking about today and pause and ask, hey, what is this? Continue.
Please don't go to the grave.
Yes.
Full.
Yeah.
Empty. And you see what happens. The other thing is this.
Yeah.
Anytime. Okay, we have glasses. Let me use this.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Wait.
See, glass tumepewa.
Cheers.
Tumeshika vizuri.
How are they held? Is
Ushikwaje?
it like this or Wahito's way?
I don't even know.
Anytime.
So anytime we've been served with these glasses, they were, I think, close to full. The only way we can get a refill is if we consume what is inside.
It's true.
The only way I've been able to discover who I am is because I keep emptying and God shows me, oh, there's something else.
Yes.
I keep emptying. I give of myself so much.
Yeah.
And I thank God that I did not allow myself to hold back.
Yeah.
Because the more I give of myself, the more I get.
Yeah.
The more God pours into my cup. The more God, I was talking to a parent yesterday about his son. And he was sharing about the way the son was willing to work. Like he got a job, then ikaisha. Then he comes to the office. Yeah. He's coming to request for a letter, a recommendation letter. And they tell him, Aki, we are so swamped. Can you help us with this? Yeah. And he offers to do that. And do you know what that did? It opened for him a job that was paying him triple what he was earning. Literally, if you follow it, it's about that young man's obedience from the beginning. So that giving of yourself, we have come into a culture where, we are now into a culture where, Ndaku, I'll give you only what I feel you deserve or what you're paying me for, or once you give me, ndakuwa rafiki yako ukiwa rafiki yangu.
It's true.
Ndasaidia Beth. Yeah. Ndasaidia Wanori nikijua after amenifanyia kitu. Yeah. But you know what? You miss out on a lot when you do that. When you pour out and pour out, there is more to be given. Give, and it will come back to you. Good measure pressed down together and running over. It's not a story. It's God's word, and it's alive. So it is in that giving that I have been able to. Yeah. So people, discover yourself. Jitoe. And don't fear making mistakes, because that's the other thing that holds people down. Even me, sometimes I'm like, why? Don't fear making mistakes. Make those mistakes, because it's in making those mistakes that you learn and grow. Wacha watu wasema unafanya ujinga. Watazoea.
Hey, beautiful. Now, someone said, I don't know who, but there's someone, it's not me.
Yeah.
So this is not plagiarism.
Yeah.
So I said, someone said, I don't know who. You'll tell me. Someone said, know something about everything and everything about something. Now, Wahito knows something about everything. But kwa shule, what did Wahito train for?
Why by then nilienda shule?
That one deserves a high
First
five.
of all, I need
no,
to say
high
this.
five.
I need to say this.